All right, we are now live. We are going, this is our first interview for our Afrikan Perfection drill team documentary from 92, the end of 92, going into, I think we went to about 96, going into 97. Within doing this Afrikan Perfection documentary, it's really hard to just say Afrikan Perfection, because then when you say Afrikan Perfection, we're dealing with St. Paul, we're dealing with everything musically, hip hop, everything coming from St. Paul. So you can't just talk about like one piece of it, you know? And as I have to start it out with, I got to start it out with the AP, because that was our whoop whoop that we used to do. Boom. And I'm excited to get this interview started. This is the very first one. We've been trying to get this together for some time now. And it is a blessing that we have one of the original members of Umoja here, a St. Paul legend within himself. His family is a staple in the St. Paul Rondo community, and he's a major part and a major pillar of one of the 5 out of Umoja percussion unit from St. Paul, Minnesota. His Umoja name is Brother Love, but as he introduces himself, he can give you his other name that he chooses to. But it hit me, and I was like, I think I wanted to get Brother Love on here first, because it's vital that before I get the documentary going, that we get Umoja first. Because Umoja is the heartbeat of a lot of stuff that came out of St. Paul and has never been really acknowledged. So, Brother Love, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself first, and then go into a piece of how you kind of got started in Umoja. Hey, before you get started, just say who was the original members too.
Okay. Besides Brother Love, many know me as Tony Logan. Some know me as Thomas Logan Jr. if we want to go government stuff, but we'll just keep it at Brother Love right now. The original members of Umoja from 1986, the winter of 1986, there were 6 of us, myself, Komet, Garland Jackson, Bobby Ramsey, and Freddie New, and Andre Crenshaw, God rest his soul. We were the original Umoja 6. Got together in Central High School, of course, in the band room, and that was just that was a start. I want to say December of 86, excuse me, is where that all started.
Okay, so you were a part of like the beginning. What is your recollection of how Umoja kind of got started from the very beginning? Because I know that you had, what band was that? But I was in there every day because I was supposed to be in class, but
I believe that was
in the song. Concert band?
Concert band. That's what, yeah. Concert band with Mr. Allen was the band instructor, and I was a trumpet player. I believe you were. But we dabbled.
Wait a minute. I was a trumpet player at Highland Junior High under Mr. Rayford Johnson.
Yeah, but I'm saying you
at Central, I didn't play the trumpet.
No, I never seen you with a horn, but when we got to, I was a trumpet player, but
yes, sir.
I played drums at my uncle's church. So I had been doing that since the age of 11. So and they had that sound room where all of where the drum set was, Brotha toms, and the different percussion instruments. So every little chance I could get, I was in the sound room. And it just so happened that on this particular day, I was in the sound room.
Okay, wait a minute, man. Hold
yeah.
on, man. I'm keep hearing something.
Well,
You was in the sound room, man. That's not how it went down. See, I was just trying to ask that first. That's how it went down. Nah, man. That's your recollection.
That's
how
what you asked. My recollection, though.
Your recollection?
Yes, my recollection. We were all.
You wasn't in the sound room. You was playing the trumpet.
No.
I was in the sound room.
No.
That's what I don't see. This is where this is why we're doing this, because we got to get this together.
You were skipping class.
Yes.
I was in the sound room. Garland was in the sound room.
I had went and got GJ from math class.
This is after we got down. It was you, it was me, Garland, and Andre Crenshaw, and Freddie was just in there just on some chill stuff. Then Bobby Ramsey came in there, and that's how it got started. We were really just freelancing and playing around. It was like, wait a minute, we kind of got something.
Did Drake Crenshaw did come in there with us?
Yes, he was.
Okay. In the first beat.
Oh man.
It was doom 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 doom. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So let me ask you this real quick.
Okay.
What is Umoja to you? Is Umoja? I mean, I just want to ask you real quick. What is Umoja to you? Is Umoja important? Well, was Umoja important for the music scene that came out of St. Paul? I believe we were. By God's grace and permission, all the national acts that came out of St. Paul after Mint Condition, you know what I'm saying, was kind of woo-woo, because we was chopping heads off for decades. Yep. But I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, do you think that Umoja was important to St. Paul and St. Paul, the music scene in St. Paul? Or what is your look on Umoja? What's your outlook on Umoja itself?
I believe Umoja has always been important for the community, St. Paul, Rondo, Central. We are a staple still, even though we haven't really played since 2017. But we're still, it's love, it's a brotherhood. It's kind of like its own fraternity. If you see at least 2 or 3 of us, people are like, where are the drums at? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
You see that from, people in the community and in the neighborhood. That right there tells you how powerful we have been and how powerful we still are. You see, it'd be like, for instance, you and me hanging out, and the first question a lot of people ask is, when you guys gonna kick something? When you guys gonna do something? And now if you got 3 and 4 of us together, then they like, okay, where's the drums at? So to have that impact on the community, on people, young and old, even with us having children and stuff now, and everything like that, man, it makes me proud of what we established, back then. If you ask us back then, this is where we would be right now, I guarantee you we'd be like, get out of here. We were just enjoying the ride. So, and the ride was smooth. Even the rough parts of the ride were still smooth. So, I mean, you can't you can't beat that. You know, when you look back on everything that we've gone through, accomplished, and ups, downs, and all the in between. So, and I will say this because this is just how I feel. We are the new edition of St. Paul. Period.
Mm. Yeah, you know, I tell everybody I know, like, when we're all together on that stage, because, you know, I got anxiety issues. I don't like being around a whole bunch of people. I would get nervous and shit. And we all at a Thanksgiving dinner or something, I'll start sweating and shit by thinking I'm a trip or make sure I have a breath mint and all this other shit. But when we're all on stage together, I tell people that's when I feel free. It's an unexplainable thing. It's like we're seeing all y'all as my brothers, we're all together and we're just freestyling. That's what's deep. It's all freestyle. I mean, we kind of know, GJ is gonna whoop whoop. I'm a whoop whoop. I know Bland's is gonna kind of whoop whoop. I know what they're gonna kind of whoop whoop. I know when you get ready to do your whoop whoop, I'll just say brother love whoop whoop, but it's nothing that's practiced. It's all an actual feeling, man. And I'm just thankful to the Almighty that I have been blessed to be a part of something so dope, man. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. I know our time is short and we got a lot to cover, and I don't think we're gonna be able to cover it all just right here.
Yeah,
You
we
with me?
got you.
I think this is just a
from
cool
86,
little.
that's we got chapters upon chapters. So,
but you know how when you do an interview like this, you kind of want to make sure that you hit hard and you get the main pieces. But I mean, we just got to do what we're doing and record it, and then we'll just do another one. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to be able to get it, you know, the way you want to get it cut. It don't happen that way because it's just too much stuff going on. So
we just keep it authentic. That's it.
Yes, sir. So let me jump to Afrikan Perfection real quick.
Okay.
So what was the beginning? What was that moment that made you say, oh, Afrikan Perfection? Okay, cool, I'm down. What was that moment for you that you came from Umoja into Afrikan Perfection? Because before you answer, I tell everybody, even though a lot of people don't give Afrikan Perfection our props, it's deep to me. They do, but they don't, but they do, but they don't. But Umoja was the heartbeat of that sound, of the beats. It was, oh my goodness, it was undescribable. But anyways, what was going into Afrikan Perfection?
Wow. That brings back some memories. I just got out of the service. I was in the Navy for 2 years. So that winter, I had got out in November. So going into 93, I'm still kind of getting acclimated back to the real world, so to speak, and getting back, you know, together with the fellas, with the community, with the family. And you were doing, you know, the drill training that started out as, you know, hey, come down and, you know, check us out, see what we're doing. So I'd come, you guys would be practicing. I remember you guys were up at JJ Hill, getting everything together and just practicing. I'm just looking around, and then Garland would show up, then the Blands would be there, and you kind of felt like, okay, they got some here, but they're gonna need some beats. So who gonna do the beats? And I think you had like a couple drummers that were there.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it was kind of like, okay, let's just let's see where it go. Let's see where it go. Because after you guys were done with practice, we would all link back up because we had just got back to to playing and trying to get back out there. It was like, man, if then somebody would come with an idea. Well, I think if you add this, if you do this and do that, and I believe you asked, hey man, y'all should just come on and let's just do this.
Yeah, and it happened like a woo woo, man, because you guys was just like, it happened real naturally.
Yeah, exactly.
But of course, I've always got to ask out of respect. I know y'all was whooping, but I didn't really have to twist no arms, and
No.
it just came. It came through, and it was really a blessing because I needed that so bad in order to go to that new sound. We was trying to break away from the norm of stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember I vowed when Kansas City came and shredded us back in 80, was that 84? I think that was 84. I can't remember what year that was, but I stood there with tears in my eyes. And I vowed that we would get a team that was going to take the heads off of everybody's shoulders, man, once we got it together, and it was Afrikan Perfection. You feeling me? And that was deep. That was deep.
Powerful. I just remember, to me, just epic Rondo parade coming down the street, Marshall Avenue, right out in front of out of the King Center where everybody, they got the food and everybody's gathered, and where, really there's never been since a drill team battle like that. I mean, yeah, it went downtown, it went to, the Central Stadium and all that stuff is all right. But when you have it just in the street, that's community. That was community to me. And we got the fatigue on, man. We coming in there and Jaws is playing, and man, it's zoom, 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 and then we go into it where we dip out on the side, and man, them drums, man, sound like cannons. I just remember it sounded like cannons, and everybody's eyes was fixed on us. There was just, it was just tight, a tight, epic performance. The weather was
I can
right.
feel that. I can feel that shit too, fam. I can, while you're describing that, I can feel it, man.
It was part, everything had lined. If people say the stars lining up, them stars were lined up extra.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To where there was, after that, after we got done, there was no question. There was nothing left to give. We just, you just drop the sticks and walk off.
One of the main things about Afrikan Perfection is that I say I'm a student of the universe, meaning I learn by messing up, by being an F up, by all of that. And I call myself a student of the universe. The thing we did with Afrikan Perfection, which is beautiful, man, we just kept it what they gave us from the Elks. And the legendary St. Paul Elks Highlighters drum and bugle corps. We kept it exactly what they gave us. We didn't change anything up. You feeling me? And for us to take that from that and to go exactly into Afrikan Perfection, it was amazing. Even when we went from that into Flawless, we kept it Elks, and still was, nobody could even fade it. It's deep.
I compare it to the Elks being, I put it in sport terms. I take it as the Elks being Dr. J. And when AP came in, we were Michael Jordan. And we took it and that same DNA, them same ingredients, and we took it to a whole new stratosphere.
Yeah, we did. We did. You know, Afrikan Perfection didn't really get any support from people, and we didn't get too many fundings. And most of the people that came to us was really going through some difficult times in their growth and development at that time, you know?
Exactly. Yep.
Like not your average ones, not your average. You feeling me?
Yep.
If you didn't know your left from your right, that was okay. As long as you wanted to come to practice and work hard, you could do it, that type of shit.
But we were tight. It was just community. And everybody was hungry. That was a safe place for everybody that was involved with that. It was true community. You didn't want to miss a practice or, you know, a performance or anything. It was
you didn't want to miss a practice, man.
No,
all the energy, all the members, all the drill members for Afrikan Perfection, their energy was so electrifying. I remember when they be at attention, you could feel you could take what they say, you could take a knife and cut through the shit, man. They was just like
intense.
And intense. All we wanted to do was get first place and outdo our performance prior that we just did. Exactly. That was it. That was it.
What about that the Minneapolis in the rain?
Dude, you always bring that one up.
Hey, because that's, man, because you don't get the credit that you should be getting, man. I mean, as a leader of that.
Hey, I was lifted in the staircases. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I was thinking about
the age, what, you were 20, 21 years old?
I just turned 21.
And here you are leading this unit and just, you know, kind of you just stepped up and just took it and just ran with it. And that, to me, when you put that hand down in that water, man, it came up, it was like one of them classic Michael Jackson moments, man. We was like, oh, okay.
I was thinking about the movie Footloose. I was thinking about Footloose, you know. When I did that, I literally was thinking about Footloose, man. I was like, I kept seeing Kevin Bacon with the Walkman on doing that.
Yeah.
And I like when she was doing that. When she was doing that shit was dope when she was like, and it was the perfect song. She's amazing. She was all like, so I was thinking about that scene when we did that, but you know, we're just performers, you with me? And all the members in Afrikan Perfection, they just went with it. See, they had to be special too to deal with someone like me and us, because we were completely different from the regular, you with me? There was a lot of people that came to Afrikan Perfection and was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. You are not no military instructor. I'm not in the military. I'm not doing all that.
You ain't telling me what to do. I ain't.
Our workout regimen, you with me? Our physical fit work regimen was tight then. You with me? We did a lot of training. They did a lot of running.
Yeah.
They did a lot of working out. You with me? I mean, it was heavy. It was intense. Sit-ups, pull-ups, leg lifts. So they went through a lot. I remember they was pushing themselves to the edge. You with me?
Exactly. Man.
They was all pushing. They had knee braces. They was all hurting. I was like, put some duct tape on your ankle. I don't know what to tell you, but get in line. You know, we worry about that later. Oh, your nose is bleeding? Get some toilet paper and hold it for a minute and get back in line, because I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Get some carrot juice. So yeah, okay. Well, I just wanted to get a cool little introductory piece to get started, man. You know, and I'm glad you came on real quick. I know you have some other items on the list tonight on our itinerary. I appreciate you for taking this time out, man. But
honored to be the first interviewee.
yeah, man. But honestly, man, we're gonna have to, once we get some things that we want to hit, we're going to redo it because it's just the first one, and you know what I'm saying. We didn't even do anything. We just got started. We haven't even talked about what we really want to talk about. You with me?
But
I want to go deeper. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. I did discover the group and wrote most material.
I was hoping you wasn't going to say that because you're going to take this interview to a whole nother level.
I put everything together.
Because I was in the room, you was in there playing the trumpet and shit. And then I went up there. I got Garland. You were sitting there with Mr. Allen. You was sitting there with the woo-woo because I was first chair. I don't know what chair you was because me and Carlin.
How'd you go to
Carlin Young used to battle. We used to battle every day.
How'd you go to? You only played trumpet at Highland.
I did.
You didn't play trumpet at Central, so how were you first chair?
I didn't play. At Highland, I was first chair.
Yeah, we talking about at Central when we started.
No, I wasn't. I'm talking about you was playing the trumpet. I was always in the sound room. I went and got GJ out of math class because he was doing math. I said, man,
he was in algebra,
that damn math.
Right?
Man, I said, man, get up. I was like, ain't nobody gonna use algebra, And then GJ came down, and then you was whooping, and you ended up coming in. And I was like, dude, you're supposed to be in band class. And you ended up coming in. Fred was blazed. Freddie was sitting in that bright light.
Freddie was always messing.
It was messing Freddie up. He was sitting there doing this the light.
But Freddie had the coolest rim shot.
Oh my goodness! And no, he could work that hi-hat. Man, he could work that hi-hat, man.
Hey, you tell Freddie.
Shout out to Freddie New.
This.
No, hey, you know what?
Fred, man.
Hey, man. Ooh. Hey, you know what? Before we get done, we got to make sure that we give props to Fred New and Bobby Ramsey, man.
Yes, sir.
Because Bobby on that bass, dude.
But he come back and play that bass, boy.
Hey, man, why?
Hey, I hope I don't get him arrested or nothing. But Bobby was still an automobile like a mug and show up for the gig, man. And show up to the gig in the ride he took.
Hey, man, listen at this.
I'm like, Bobby, what are you doing?
Hey, man, wait a minute. But nobody could play that bass. Bobby had a different.
He had a different style.
He had a different hard. It was a hard. It was It wasn't a fluent one. It was a solid thump.
It was deep, solid. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
thump.
right in the pocket, like a pocket bass.
That's why he and Freddie match so well.
Yeah.
They match so well. And it's just like when the Blands came in and they just
I can't remember how Freddie did. He was so smooth. I remember Freddie used to play sitting down and I'd be like, how was he?
He had to have a chair.
Yeah, he did. And he'd be like, I'd be like, damn. Yeah, that's cool. So hey. Huh?
And you couldn't mess with him.
No, man. That was great, dude. You know what I'm saying? So say, hey, maybe the next one we can kind of maybe talk about them.
Exactly.
And Drake Crenshaw, maybe we'll go into them before we even get into us. You with me?
Anybody got, if anybody got their Umoja 6 sweatshirt?
Man, that shirt turned, that 6 turned
pink.
Went from red, orange to pink. To
the washing. Brothers wasn't looking at the washing instructions.
Brothers wasn't even taking it to the cleaners.
I'm saying, man, it'd be nice if we found one for all of us just to sign
But
and frame. That would be
it was nice. That was deep how that happened. Remember, because Mother Peggy,
yes,
Harry up and hustled and bustled, and her and Steve and them or something went up to
went up
Stiking's,
to
and
Sports
then
Shack.
was
On
that Sports
Snelling.
Shack?
I was
Oh
in there with
yeah.
him, and we
Oh, you
ran
was with
down.
him?
Yup, me and Garland ran down. The bus was leaving to go to it was Twin Cities game.
It was the Twin Cities game, and we
so the
needed
bus
them
leaving for
bad
St. Thomas, and we're throwing the sweatshirts
through
into
the
the bus
bus. Yeah, I remember that.
as we getting on the bus.
I remember that.
Yep, and then that, we'll end it there because we know what Jerry did at the TC game. That really that kicked it into a whole. That's where it really opened up because you got St. Paul, Minneapolis North.
See,
Come
well,
on,
hold
man.
on, cause see, you're doing like what Black people do. Because you're like, okay, we're gonna cut off there. So now, then you went into some parts, right? That I gotta respond to. That I gotta respond to.
Okay.
So then that'll take, you know what I'm saying? Because Black people will be like, okay, I'm done in conclusion, and then they come with other right, and then you got to be like, whoop whoop, and then it ends up being another couple minutes. But yeah, that TC game. That's how. Hey, maybe we can start. Maybe we can start from the TC game when we come back.
That'll work.
Because all these right here that we're doing now, we're gonna take all these together and we're gonna whoop them. You with me? So we're gonna have little whoop whoops, and I think that'll be a good part for us to start on the next one, and maybe hopefully we can get GJ and the Blands and then maybe
now that's gonna be an epic one right there.
If we can get everybody on, which we will be able to soon, but we'll get everybody on together. So, but let's do the TC game. But I just wanted to kind of get something started because, through our career, it was always been like me and Brother Love. We always get together and we kind of talk and strategize, kind of like what we want to do, and then we call GJ, which I don't know why we call him because he's not in charge and he's not the leader.
See, we get into a whole nother conversation.
But I'm saying, we always meet through all the years, through all the 30 plus years. Me and you sit, we talk on the phone, kind of strategize, and then we take it to Garland. Like, what? Oh, we should just tell Garland, this is what you're going to do. Just hand him the piece of paper.
To get the stamp.
This is what you're going to do. Hand him a piece of paper. You stand here. You stand here. You stand there. Once you get done with that. Yeah. It's like, hey, I've been posting Ric Flair, man, because that dude, I forgot how much of that dude is a trip, man. I've been rolling, dude. Okay. So yeah, we'll just stop there. But I really wanted us to, as we get ready to start this documentary, because I want us to be able to tell our story. I want people to know that Afrikan Perfection was really a beautiful experience, and all we wanted to do was just get first place and have the best attention, the best beats. We just wanted to entertain. And people think it's something else, but all we wanted to do was just entertain. That was it.
And that's what we did.
And that's what we did. And we did change the whole game from 69 boys leaving here, and everybody after that, everybody was wearing fatigues. Before that, everybody was ridiculing us. Is that it?
Yeah, ridicule.
Man, why is it so hard for me to say shit? No, man.
Some people, man, some certain words just shoot from childhood, and they just stay with you.
That's why my auntie thought I couldn't read or write. I was like, Auntie, I can read, I can write. No, you can't. I just be like, yes, I can, Auntie. I can read and write.
I couldn't say the word fuel. I couldn't say that for nothing.
Man, did you have them hard shoe bottom when you was little coming up?
Yeah.
All
The
right.
ones
Well,
that takes and get bronze, and yeah.
hey, I think I'm finna. Yeah. Well, anyways, man. All right. Well, okay. Well, let's wrap this up. Hey, I appreciate it, man. We're going to continue this. Hopefully, we can get the other Umoja brothers on the line when we do it. But we're going to start from the Twin Cities game on the next one. But I wanted to get this together, everybody, so that we could tell Afrikan Perfection's story. And we're just going to do a cool little, smooth little documentary. And it's so much in it. And like I was telling Brother Love before we started recording, we just got to record. There's nothing that we can start. There is no starting point. You just get started. I can't say, now, Brother Love, when we press record on this part, you say this. And then you can't do that shit. It's just too much. It's just too much. It's too much experience. It's too much, things that occurred, excitement, scenarios, situations. It's just too much, man. So anyways, is there anything that you would like to conclude before we will?
Nah, I'll save it for later sessions.
All right. Well, I don't even know how to end it, but I guess this is just it. I guess we done or something. I don't know what to say.
Like Umoja, take 3. Click.
All right, man. Umoja, take 3. We out.